Yeah, I just wanted to come on here again. Obviously, I had some issues with my recording, so I just want to come on here again and make things plain about Suella Braverman. Is she a racist? She's been making some racist comments. Let's listen to some people discuss what she said about Indian men. Let's listen. So she labeled British Pakistani men as groomers, groomers of young girls or something like that. That's stuff. So basically, she said that British Pakistani men are grooming British white girls. I think she's from Pakistan, but Suella, her husband, who's her husband? Her husband's some white Englishman she's married to. So, I mean, she's been making some remarks, and I'm surprised that she's still in government and there isn't a really outcry. I think in England, not too much people pay attention to, in particular, black people um, in politics. But this is, I mean, I guess how she's still in her position. Now, the other thing came up. Um, there was a pub owner who, in his pub or his bar, he had some racist throats in there. I don't know, maybe they had nooses or some racist type of things in there. And she must have made a comment some to the fact that the police shouldn't waste their time with such things. I'm in disbelief when you talk about. I mean, if you look on Suella from this picture, I mean, this is the thing what the Conservative Party does. The conservative white people ain't really going to come out and make these statements because they'll be crucified for them. But she can get away with it because then she can start saying, well, why would I say that I'm black myself? How can I be racist on black myself? Because I heard Priti Patel say the same thing when she was talking. They brought them in to deal with a lot of the black girls on the Labour side who deals with a lot of these issues like Black Lives Matters and so forth. These are the types that they bring out to combat them. So you can't really say that they're racist. And here's another one. You can see on this video, she's friends with this girl called Kemi Badoch. I mean, you need to listen to the things she said. This girl here, Equality Minister Kemi Badoch accused SNP of inflaming racial tensions. And like, she's like a doorkeeper. You can see her. She's not going to speak out against Suella Braverman. She's not going to say, "Oh, the things you're saying, Suella, is racist." But here are both of them hugging up in both of these pictures because both of them are married to European. Both of their husbands are European. So anything to do with the black issue, these are the ones that the Conservatives put out in front of us, so they can make these comments. Because I can guarantee you, if that was an English white woman that made that comment about Pakistani men grooming English white girls, she would have been sacked. Let's just be real. There would have been an outcry and should have been sacked. But Suella Braverman, she can come out and say it. This girl, Kimmy, who I think is from Nigeria, she can come out. If you listen to the things she's saying, um, in particular when it came to critical race theory, it was her who was speaking out about these things are not supposed to be taught in our schools. We don't want our kids learning this. And I was listening to her thinking to myself, these people you have to watch out for because they don't have our interests at mind. A matter of fact, it got so bad that their own party peers their own peers are kicking out against the racist rhetoric that they hear coming from their mouth. Priti Patel was the first one to start this. That's her husband here. I mean, when Priti Patel came in power, what was the first thing she was doing? She started to deport a lot of West Indian people, people who was born here. She was actually deporting them back to Jamaica. I mean, Suella Braverman, she won't even apologize to the Holocaust survivors over refugees invasion language because she was using these language like we're being invaded and like with. I always say to people, these girls here, some of these Indian girls, they act more white than the white people themselves, than white girls themselves. I mean, how can you be from a Hindu or Indian family and you're making these comments? It doesn't make sense. There's even a guy in the House of Commons. I can't remember. He's a Labour MP. He's a Sikh. I remember him making a speech and like reminding them like your ancestors too were immigrants. I mean, her ancestors, because I think they were she was brought up in her parents were brought up in Kenya or something like that, or one of those African countries. Her and Priti Patel, and it was Idi Amin who kicked out all of their families. So it's almost like they have this bitterness when they talk, and it's been going on a while in the Conservative Party. As I said, you can't really call them racist because she's going to say, "Well, I'm Indian. How can I be racist?" But they are racist to the core, Suella Braverman. And like I said, the government, um, the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, I mean, he's Prime Minister by proxy, really. If there's an election tomorrow, he's gone. That's without a doubt. And most people here want an election like ASAP. But Rishi Sunak, he has been slow and at times defending Suella Braverman. I mean, he defends her to the hill. So I can only say that, well, Rishi Sunak is complicit in the things that she says and the things that she believes because she's not being punished for it and she's still got her job after making these racist comments. So you can see here, along with this girl, Kimmy, who seems to have a lot of those talking points. I mean, she's clueless when it comes to politics, but they put a people like that in place so they talk on issues when it comes to issues like critical race theory being taught in school. She's the ones that come out and defend it and say we don't want this in our schools. I mean, you just have to go down here and watch some of her videos. You can even see Jane O'Brien talking about her as if she's clueless. Like you ask her questions, she's clueless. But anything to stop the progress of black people, there you go. You just have to talk to Kimmy because even Carol Vorderman, who's used to do the countdown, when she started to listen to the things that comes out of her mouth, you know, these girls must be thinking like, who are these girls? She's what we call here like a coconut. That's what she is, and she's good friends with Suella Braverman. These are the people that if you do vote, you have to just vote them out. I don't really pay too much attention to politics, but I know when I hear these people talk, you have to stop and guess. And as I said, the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, he keeps defending it. So I can only say that he's complicit in the things that they're saying and he believes in the things that they're saying. So if you, like I said, that's their name, you can Google them and just listen to the things they talk about. They're, she's clueless when she's talking about anything else. But when it comes to um, defending the trans community or the gay community, she's right up there with it. Like these girls don't speak for us. Kemi Badrock or whatever her name is, she don't speak for us. We didn't even vote her there. She is like she just got there by proxy. So, what decision is the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak going to make with Suella Braverman? He's just going to dance around as if she's not making racist comments and not making these statements against Indian people, Jewish people, all types of people, and she's still in the government. She's still in government, still talking her rubbish. And as I said, it seems that Rishi Sunak is complicit in what she's saying. So I just wanted to come here to just brush on that. and pay attention to the news and some of the things that are coming out of these people. So on that note, if I've got any more information on them that happened this week, because I'm sure it will be discussed this week, then I'll come